Please rise for the flag of honor, Ambassador Anglo.
Started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967, has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
To us, justice is not just a word. It's why we fight. Warner Law Offices. When you need justice.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Video Productions proudly presents West Virginia High School basketball this afternoon from the George Washington High School Gymnasium. It's the homestanding GW Patriots against the visiting Capital Cougars, and the respective colors are maroon and blue, but a lot of green in the building as Rick Green's Patriots meet Matt Green's Cougars, a father-son coaching matchup here this afternoon. Cougars coming in 2-5 off a loss to unbeaten and number 2, Cabell Midland, and George Washington is coming off a victory against the Redskins of Hurricane. George Washington head coach Rick Green, 26th season. Matt Green in his 5th season as the head coach of the Cougar program. Jason Smith has made the introductions for the starters, and we are ready to go. The officials for this game will be Jason Buckley, Steve Robinson, and Mike Lemons. Great to have you with us here on Video Productions as we continue our outstanding coverage of high school basketball in the great state of West Virginia. So it's going to be DeMarquise Brooks, and he will tip it off. And the ball will go into the hands of George Washington. Turnover, and the ball belongs to Capital. And good defense. And so George Washington will have the basketball back to get it going here. Gus Eddy. Mason Pinkett with it, and get it to Trey Ritchie and work it around, and here is Eddie. He will launch, and his shot is short, and Capital will come away with the basketball. Demaje Clark with it, and Clark works out between the circles. And another steal by George Washington. Here they come the other way, and Pinkett drives in, and Mason Pinkett will score it for the Patriots of George Washington. Pinkett averaging 16.1 per game. And yet again, a turnover from the corner. The shot is landed by Alex Yoakum, a three-pointer. Yoakum sticks it in. Big three-pointer there by Yoakum, who also averages in double figures at 10 a game. So, leading scorers for George Washington have gotten the first baskets of the game. And it's a 5-0 GW lead. Basket scored there by Poor. George Washington comes right back with the basket. DeMaje Clark works around. And the shot from straight away by Poor would not go. Pinkett corrals the rebound. 7-2 game and down low. Bucket good by Gabbert. (9-2) lead for the Patriots. From the corner, three-pointer would not go for Capitals, number 21, Carrington Hill. Hill, the lone returning starter, taking on more of a leadership role for Matt Green's Cougars. Down low. Saw that shot put up there by Gabbert. Now here's Pinkett with it. Foul was on Clark, his first team foul, number 1 on the Patriots. They get the miss, and here is a beautiful move. Carry-on Martin, who joined the team late, going to go to Marshall and play football, and he puts it in. Carry-on Martin with his first bucket. Makes it a 9-4 count here. George Washington with the basketball. Eddie attacking, and here's Pinkett. He likes to shoot threes and shows why right there. Pinkett lands the three-pointer, and Pinkett has 5 here in this first quarter of action. Gus Eddy is whistled for the foul. That will be his first and team foul number 1. Another look at that Pinkett three-pointer, nothing but net. Today's game being presented in part by Gateway Mortgage Group. And on the other end, Eddie broke loose, and Eddie lays it in, and GW out to a 14-4 lead here. And another turnover. GW plays great defense, and here's Pinkett. He'll go up, missed the easy layup, and then a whistle after the miss. Jack Ingold will commit the foul. Ingold with his first team foul number 2, and we have a break in the action here. 14-4 on the Hill. George Washington, it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Rick Green, assisted by Rodney Pruden, Louis Cassis, Todd Hutchinson, and Jason Lunsford. Matt Green with Chase Smith, Kalen Smith, and DJ Johnson. And again, today's game being presented in part by Christopher Eller and the Gateway Mortgage Group. George Washington High School basketball here. Video Productions, glad to have you with us for this Saturday matinee between George Washington and Capital. And so far, GW has zoomed to a 10-point lead here. Capital will have the basketball following the timeout by head coach Matt Green. Carrington Hill to Martin. Shot on its way and would not fall once again for Brooks. GW back on the offensive end. Eddie, foul line extended, now moves around. Bouncer goes to William Gabbert. Gabbert in the lane. Gabbert's shot wouldn't fall. Boy, GW has missed a couple easy ones back-to-back. Video Productions last night had a chance to check out the first ever meeting between Greater Beckley Christian and Beckley Woodrow Wilson. The Battle of Beckley, won by the Flying Eagles. Eddie out front with it. McCarty has checked into the game for the Patriots. And here's the shot put up, and it won't go for Gabbert. And down comes Clark with the, or Brooks with the rebound, and Brooks will score it. Back the other way. And there is Ritchie underneath, and Ritchie will be fouled. Carry-on Martin will commit the foul. That will be his first, and that's team foul number 2 on Capital. So Ritchie hits the first. Alex Yoakum checking in for GW. They lead it with 3:10 to go here in this first quarter of action. So Ritchie comes the 5th different player to score here for GW. So it's a 16-6 count. Back to that 10-point lead, biggest lead of the game thus far. And again, swarming defense there by Eddie in the corner. Dribbling around there is Wicker. And now in the corner again, trapped. Now Carrington Hill, you know he can knock down those three-pointers, and he does so there to make it a 16-9 game. Eddie across the timeline. In the corner, shot on its way from McCarty. That's the third three-pointer by 3 different George Washington players. 19-9 game. And Brooks has 6 first quarter points here for the Cougars as they trim it back to single digits. Boy, you can't leave these shooters open, and that time it would not fall for McCarty. And here comes Capital on the attack, and I think Eddie was guarding a little too closely there. He's going to be hit with the personal. That'll be his second. That'll be team foul number 3. So Capital will inbounds here. So Carry-on Martin back into the game. Heading to Marshall, of course, brother Carey got a lot of playing time this season for the Mountaineer football team. And Mountaineer football team opened the season against James Madison. That was James Madison's only loss of the season. And today, former Mountaineer Kurt Signetti and his JMU Dukes taking on North Dakota State for the FCS championship of college football. Tapor goes to the line. The foul was on McCarty. That's his first, team foul number 4. Poor's first free throw up and good. Sapor has 3 in the game. Makes it a 19-12 contest. And he will have another one going at the line. And puts it up, and it won't go. So across, trying to get it across the timeline was Yoakum. And now Pinkett has it. Pinkett on the move. Pinkett in trouble. Got it to McCarty. Straight away, shot, and it would not fall for Eddie. And the rebound yanked out of there by the Cougars. And here comes Capital on the attack. A little strong there, but back up and in. So Martin now with 4 points, and we got ourselves a 5-point game here. At 19-14, shot is good. GW breaks its drought. And Poor right back at it for Capital. They're going to have a whistle in the backcourt. So Evan Hughes checking in for George Washington. So jump ball situation there will be Capitals basketball. (21-16) the score. Shot from the outside, three-pointer good by Hill, his second. 21-19. Time winding down here for the Patriots. Pinkett going to have to shoot it. Long range three and couldn't get it to go. Well, we played a quarter and Capital comes back after being down 10. 21-19. You're watching West Virginia High School basketball on Video Productions.
Started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967, has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Well-known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
21-19 our count, George Washington and Capital. And it will be George Washington to start it out here in the second quarter with the basketball. Capital trailed by 10 on a couple of occasions. They come back though, and here's McCarty. His shot won't go. But there is Hughes putting a back up and in for his first bucket of the game, and it gives GW a 4-point cushion at 23-19. Now Capital goes to work here offensively. Long range shot. Hill's got a couple already, and boy, that had a good look to it, but it goes in and out. McCarty comes away with it for George Washington. We have a foul called. And it'll be Poor. And that will be Poor's second foul of the game. Taken away by the Cougars is Martin, and Martin had a nice looking pass there, but just went a little too far, goes out of bounds. It'll be GW's ball, and it will be Hughes to trigger it in. Pinkett from the corner will dribble back out. George Washington looking for win number 6 here of the season. wheeling around, putting up the shot, and it would not go for Yoakum, but George Washington gets another chance, and driving in is Yoakum, and Yoakum fouled on the floor. Harrington Hill picking up his first personal of the game. And that will be team foul number 3. And Jack Ingold, where's number 31 today? He's fouled. And Brooks picks up his first foul. Team foul number 4 against the Patriots. That will put Ingold at the line. Ingold on the season 7 of 10 at the line. Make it 8 of 11. And there you see the foul. J.J. Cunningham, who wears number 30 in the gray uniform, blue numbers, checks in for Capital. And McCarty is back in there for George Washington. It's a 24-19 game. Capital's ball as it goes out. And in it comes. This is Martin. Strong move to the hoop and can't get it to go. Pinkett glides it across the timeline. Boy, wide open was Ingold, and he stepped out of bounds. Capital will take over. George Washington with a 5-point advantage here. GW has led from the outset of this game. Jumped out to a 5-0 lead as they got baskets from Pinkett and Yoakum. And now here's a steal by Pinkett. Pinkett down the floor, Pinkett. Great body control by Pinkett, who now has 7 in the game. And that makes it a 26-19 count in favor of George Washington. On the drive here is DeMarquise Brooks, and we'll have a foul called on GW. Jack Ingold will pick up his second, team foul number 4 on GW. Both of these programs have fallen to a very good Ashland, Kentucky team, Paul Blazer High School. In fact, the game in which Capital lost to Ashland, it was that school's 2,000th basketball victory, and that is the most of any high school in the state of Kentucky. Both schools have also fallen to a very good Shady Spring team that's undefeated. Of course, Capital is coming off a loss to Cabell Midland, who remains undefeated. And here is Pinkett. So Pinkett is fouled, and he will head to the free throw line. Cunningham, J.J. Cunningham, the 6'1 junior, picks up his first foul. And that will be team foul number 6 on the Cougars. And we've got a player down here as we take another look there. And went down there on that foul. Pinkett at the line. So that makes it a 27-19 lead. As GW trying to put some distance between itself and Capital once again. So Pinkett knocks down both free throws. He has 4 points here in the quarter, 9 for the game. Pinkett coming in to the contest, 38 of 45 at the free throw line. And he's good on both of those. Now Capital trying to not let GW get too much of a spread. Biggest lead of the game has been 10. That was by GW in that first quarter. Here is Martin, and he kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer would not go. Capital just can't seem to get those to fall. Boy, they're good looks. And now here comes Yoakum into the front court. Now Pinkett has it. Pinkett almost lost it. And on the move, little up and under, rolls around and would not go there for Yoakum. Capital back on the offensive end. Shot up and in. Good job by Brooks. Brooks has 10 in the game unofficially, makes it a 28-21 contest here. Shot by Pinkett, little short. Taryn Fitzpatrick into the game for GW. He's the sophomore, wears number 5, 6'2", 160. And again, Capital comes up empty-handed, but here's a shot from the outside. That wouldn't drop for J.J. Cunningham. And I believe we're going to have a timeout on the floor. And we will break away here. George Washington on top by 7 over Capital.
If you've been in an accident, don't assume the insurance company will take care of you. Don't assume the medical bills will be paid. Don't assume anything. There's too much at stake. Accidents happen in an instant, but the injuries may last a lifetime. So hire the law firm with a history of results. Call us today. Warner Law Offices, when you need justice.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
28-21 our score. George Washington leading Capital. 3:51 to go here. Inside the historic George Washington High School Gymnasium. Pinkett goes down low to William Gabbert. Following the timeout, Evan Hughes, we get him going from a three-point standpoint and could be trouble for the opposition, but he misses there. Nakia Wicker checks in for Capital. Where's number 10 for the Cougars? So Capital with a chance here now, trailing by 7 to edge closer. Been down by as many as 10. And a tough pass underneath. Out of bounds it goes. George Washington will have it. Elijah Poore back in the game for Capital. And tough to handle there, and GW goes to work. Here's Hughes with it. Eddie dishes down low. Boy, what a pass by Eddie. And then Gabbert collects himself and scores it. Gabbert has 6, and it's 30-21. Back to a 9-point edge here for GW. DeMaje Clark scores it there. He's got his first bucket of the game, 30-23. Gabbert whips it to Hughes. Hughes fires it into the corner, and here is Yoakum. Boy, nice maneuvering there by Yoakum. Couldn't get it to fall, and as Hughes goes for the rebound, he had his feet taken out from under him. Another look here as Yoakum went up, and foul was assessed to Wicker. His first, team foul number 7. Hughes at the line. Hughes on the season, 6 of 9. Hughes averaging 7.5. Good on both free throws, 32-23 our score. Fitzpatrick defense there. Here is Martin driving and couldn't get it to drop. Martin, great athlete, and got some good moves to the bucket there, but that attempt falls short. Capital will retain the basketball. And Brooks with a nice step back shot, and Brooks now with 12 in the game, 32-25. Capital trying to stay within striking distance here, and here's a move by Pinkett. Pinkett has 6 in the quarter and 11 for the game. 34-25 our score. Cougars with the ball. On the move, up high out the glass. Clark with the nice move. Clark's got 4 second quarter points. 34-27. Evan Hughes. The feed and shot put up by Fitzpatrick, and Fitzpatrick will be fouled. Fitzpatrick has played in 4 games this season and scored 10 points, and at the line he is 4 for 8. (35-27), Taryn Fitzpatrick. Best defender according to head coach Rick Green. So he hits both, and that makes it 36-27, back to that 9-point advantage for George Washington. Capital attacking. Clark with the ball. And here's Carrington Hill, and boy, he's got unlimited range, and Carrington Hill has 9. Now we have a whistle after the fact. And Hill fouled after making the three-pointer. So Carrington Hill with his second foul. Check out 1 foul on Carrington Hill. McCarty at the line. And McCarty lands both free throws, 38-30. Under a minute to go here in this first half. And a violation right at midcourt. Matt Green wants a discussion and an explanation. All right. Sure if that was, a carry. Oh, so here we go with GW the ball, and the shot missed by Hughes. Back comes Capital here. You get this thing whittled down a little bit. So Poor hits the big three-pointer, makes it a 38-33 game. But Pinkett answers with 2. Now Capital from the corner. Trying to get another 3 here. Rebound by Yoakum, coming down now. Plenty of time, Yoakum. Sent it over to McCarty, knocked away. 4.7 showing on the clock. 40-33 game. Wicker's in. Casey-on Welch is in. Casey-on Welch, 6-foot sophomore, wears number 5. Here's the pass to Pinkett. Not a whole lot of time. Pinkett on the move, will pull up and in and out, and that will end our first half of play. George Washington leading Capital 40-33. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball.
If you've been in an accident, don't assume the insurance company will take care of you. Don't assume the medical bills will be paid. Don't assume anything. There's too much at stake. Accidents happen in an instant, but the injuries may last a lifetime. So hire the law firm with a history of results. Call us today. Warner Law Offices, when you need justice.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein & Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer Klein & Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5.
We welcome you back inside the George Washington High School Gymnasium on the hill here in the capital city of Charleston. Great to have you with us as Video Productions presents West Virginia High School basketball featuring the George Washington Patriots, presented by Parmar. And it is a lead of 42-33 for the homestanding Patriots over the Capital Cougars. GW coached by Rick Green, Capital by Matt Green. Father-son matchup here this afternoon. Well, it was George Washington jumping out to a 5-0 lead in the game. Mason Pinkett scored, and then a three-pointer by Alex Yoakum. And Capital got it to 5-2. It was a 9-2 game, and then 9-4, and then 14-4, and then another 10-point lead by GW at 16-6. It was 19-9, so 3 different times there in the opening quarter, George Washington had a 10-point advantage, but Capital fought back and got it to a 21-19 game by the end of the first quarter. Moved to the second quarter, and GW shot out to a 28-19 lead. It was 28-21, 30-21, 32-23, 34-25, 36-27, 38-30, and right now it is 40-33. This Capital team looking for its 3rd win, coming off a loss to undefeated Cabell Midland, who moved to 8-0 with a victory over Capital 72-62 in Mountain State Athletic Conference play at Capital High School on Thursday night. Big game for KK Siebert.
Your circles are right.
And he had 18 points. 15 of those came in the second half, and Chandler Schmidt had 19 points. So it was a big game for Cabell Midland, really good team, and ranked number 2 in the latest Class AAA poll. Of course, Both of these teams have played outstanding competition. George Washington getting a 21-point first quarter lead at Hurricane and went on to knock off the Redskins 84-66 on Thursday to get that record of 5-3. Mason Pinkett had 17, Zane McCarty 14, Gus Eddy, William Gabbert each had 11. Austin Deering continuing to have a great season in a losing cause, finished with 34 points. We'll come back and look at some individual numbers for you in just a moment. 40-33, you're watching West Virginia High School basketball, and it is being presented by Parmar.
Started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967, has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Parmar, Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
To us, justice is not just a word. It's why we fight. Warner Law Offices. When you need justice.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
40-33 here at the break between the George Washington Patriots and the Capitol High Cougars. Individual scoring here in this first half of play. Leading the way for George Washington, Mason Pinkett with 13 points. 5 points for Alex Yoakum, 5 for Zane McCarty, 4 for Evan Hughes, and 3 points for Jack Ingold, and 2 points each for Gus Eddy and Taryn Fitzpatrick. Leading the way for the Cougars, Carrington Hill has 9, and a Marquise Brooks finished with 8. Demaje Clark had 7, 5 for Elijah Poor, and 4 for Carry-on Martin. So good balance for both teams here in this first half of play. GW with the 7-point advantage. And we will come back in a moment. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia High School basketball featuring the George Washington Patriots and being presented by Parmar.
If you've been in an accident, don't assume the insurance company will take care of you. Don't assume the medical bills will be paid. Don't assume anything. There's too much at stake. Accidents happen in an instant, but the injuries may last a lifetime. So hire the law firm with a history of results. Call us today. Warner Law Offices, when you need justice.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein & Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Parmar, Klein & Campbell is the way to go. Call 3-4-6-5.
Second half action we go now, and George Washington and Capital squaring off here. 7-point edge for the Patriots. Gus Eddy commits the foul. That is his third team foul, number 1 here in the second half. Great to have you along here for our live streaming coverage of George Washington basketball, video productions with outstanding West Virginia high school basketball. And GW's games being presented by Parmar. Check out your local Parmar stores. 3-pointer there at the end of the second half and today's game. Being presented by the Gateway Mortgage Group. Mason Pinkett, as the ball goes out of bounds, will inbounds here. For GW, and here's a shot that won't go for Eddy. Carrington Hill, he had some beautiful shots in that first half and continues here. Hill has 12 in the game. They have all come from behind the arc. Pinkett on the move. Shot put up by Yoakum. It would not fall. So big 3-pointer by Capitals Carrington Hill and gets it to a 4-point game. And GW led by as many as 10 on 3 different occasions in the first quarter. Had a 9-point lead a few times in that second quarter. Yoakum. There's that attempt by Yoakum as he hits the free throw. Yoakum with 6. Ready with the second one and makes it a 42-36 game. Back comes George Washington as Capital turns it over and going to have an offensive foul. Yeah, Pinkett commits the foul, his first, and that is team number 2. And so Capital, well, they squandered an opportunity there last time they had the basketball. So now try to make up for it here as they draw that charge. Carry-on Martin wants to take it with the nice little Euro step there, and Carry-on Martin now with 6 in the game. 42-38. Didn't go anywhere. Capital extremely talented. What a battle these two programs have had down through the years. Then you have father versus son. great relationship they have and great love for the game of basketball. Hughes missed the shot, and now we're going to have an offensive foul the other way, and this will go against Capital. Brooks will commit it, his second, and that is team foul number 3 on Capital here in this second half. Casey on Welch, number 5, back in for the Cougars. Zane McCarty had the basketball. And now they will inbounds on the side here. Pinkett gets it and will bring it across the timeline. Works between the circles. Mason Pinkett hands it to Alex Yoakum. Yoakum weaves to the left in front of the GW bench. Hughes has it, and back out to Pinkett they go. Big possession here for GW. Down low, they work it to Ingold, and Ingold does a nice job. Goes in strong, and Ingold with 5 points in the game makes it a 44-38 count. Shot is put up and would not go for Capital, but Cougar is going to get another chance at it here. From the corner, Poor. 3 wouldn't go. Ingold with the rebound, slapped away by Casey on Welch. So it will be GW's basketball, leading it by 6. Here's Pinkett. Pinkett on the move, and Pinkett called for a charge. That is his second foul. And team foul number 3 on George Washington here in this second half. You get the handoff there from Ingold and tumbles into the defender. They'll mop it up. Again, our officials are Jason Buckley, Steve Robinson, Mike Lemons. 4:47 to go here in the third. George Washington on top by 6. Good defense there by McCarty, and then we're going to have a double dribble called on the Cougars. Good defense by McCarty on Clark. So Patriots back on the offensive end here, looking to add to this 44-38 lead. Mason Pinkett hands it to Yoakum. Yoakum dribbles there by the circle, but held up. Now Pinkett, and a pass intended for Ingold, or make that Yoakum, and it's knocked away. There's that traveling violation, the double dribble on the good defense by McCarty. Well, you know, both of these head coaches, they love great defense. Well, they've won a lot of games. And stepping on the line and moving the feet as well was Yoakum. So Capital will go back to work here. Getting a lot of time left in this one, but it's a close game, and going to value those possessions any chance you get. Well, getting away from the defender, nice job there. Nice job by Brooks. Brooks with 10 in the game. Makes it a 4-point contest. McCarty. Over to Hughes. Now Hughes, he can shoot it from the 3 and knocks it down. Shows what he can do there. Evan Hughes. That's his 11th three-pointer of the season. 47-40 is the score. Casey on Welch. Turns around, his shot is short. And tracking it down is Yoakum, and here's a shot by Pinkett, good. And Pinkett's now at 15 for the game, and we've got a charge on the Cougars. Kerryon Martin committing the foul. It's his second. That'll be team foul number 4. Look there. Good job on the defensive end. George Washington, and here's Yoakum driving, and Yoakum is going to be fouled there. Yoakum is going to commit the foul. Yeah, I thought they put the hand behind the head there, and so Yoakum with his first foul of the game, and that's team foul number 4. Now there it is. Kind of stayed in that area there for a minute. 49-40. Lifting up the shot, no good. Capital holds on to it here, and here is Martin. Martin hits the big three-pointer there. 49-43. And a shot put up, and Pinkett is fouled on his way to the hoop. 6-point game. How about Kerryon Martin in that three-pointer? So the foul is on Wicker. It's his third. Here's Yoakum. Shot put up, and nice job there by William Gabbert. Gabbert has 6 in the game. 51-43. Capital on the move, and a whistle and a foul. William Gabbert picks up his first foul. George Washington has 5 team fouls, and that has Clark at the line. Makes it a 51-44 game. Second one coming. 2:01 to go here in the third, and that one will not drop, but a good strong rebound there, and back up, and it wouldn't drop, but another whistle and a foul. Brooks will go to the line. So Jack Ingold picks up his third, team foul number 6, and Brooks at the line. Trey Ritchie coming in for George Washington. 51-45. Brooks comes up a little short there, and once again, Capital on a missed free throw keeps possession of the basketball. Garrett Stuck, number 11, is also into the game for the Cougars. And Stuck has the basketball. And Stuck called for the double dribble and turn it over. McCarty will be the trigger for George Washington here. They lead at 51-45. 1:46 to go here in the third. George Washington looking for its 6th win of the season. Capital its 3rd. Pass there, and, well, I think if Stuck would have just let that go, it was going to go out anyway on the Patriots, but he tried to, do the reactionary thing there and just maybe come down with it. So nonetheless, it is GW's ball, and here's a shot straight away that will be short by McCarty. Turn it over and give Capital the basketball. 51-45. 6-point game. Marquise Brooks between the circles, wants to penetrate, and he is going to be fouled there by McCarty. His second. And now team foul number 7, and Brooks will head to the line. Brooks in the game with 11 points. He's 1 of 3 at the line. Evan Hughes heading back in for GW. So Brooks hit the front end a moment ago, and this one won't drop through. Free throws not kind here lately for Capital. Yoakum, well, didn't walk with it, but turns it over. Stuck, drives in, up with the shot, and he's fouled. I think they'll get Gabbert with it. That's his second, team foul number 8. And so to the free throw line will go Stuck. Garrett Stuck, great defender, can cause chaos according to his head coach, Matt Green. So he hits the free throw with exactly 1 minute to go here, so it's 51-46. And one more coming, and Stuck delivers. So Stuck's first 2 points. Pair of free throws makes it a 4-point game at 51-47. Pinkett. He rifles the 3 and got it. What a three-pointer by Pinkett. 54-47. Pinkett with 18 in the game. That's his second 3. Another look at Pinkett's. Boy, that was deep as he drained it. Foul is going to be called on Fitzpatrick. That's his first. So at the line is Martin. Martin hit a big 3 in this quarter, and free throw won't go. Nice rebound by Capital. Ball goes out of bounds, and, well, that's a third time that's happened for Capital. Miss the front end of the 1-and-1, but yet keep it alive when the ball goes out of bounds. Keep possession of that basketball. Tough shot there by DeMaje Clark. Here comes Pinkett down the floor, and Pinkett, rambling through traffic there, but he did draw contact. 20.3 to go. Clark commits the foul. His third. And that is team foul number 6 on the Cougars. They had balanced scoring last year. Very young team this season. The addition of Carry-On Martin as time moves on. It's his basketball legs under him. Going to help as Pinkett. See how he got fouled, and he has cashed in with the first. See if he can get a second. And he does not. He is at 19 points for the game, 55-47. There's Clark wanting to penetrate, weaves around the defender, and then Evan Hughes will just sling it, and that will do it. 55-47 at the end of 3 between George Washington and Capital. Patriots up here on the Cougars. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of high school basketball featuring the George Washington Patriots, presented by Parmar.
If you've been in an accident, don't assume the insurance company will take care of you. Don't assume the medical bills will be paid. Don't assume anything. There's too much at stake. Accidents happen in an instant, but the injuries may last a lifetime. So hire the law firm with a history of results. Call us today. Warner Law Offices, when you need justice.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Well, we welcome you back here to the George Washington High School Gymnasium, and today's game being presented in part by Christopher Eller and Gateway Mortgage Group. So away we go to the fourth quarter, and it's George Washington in the lead at 55-47 over the Capital Cougars. Game featuring George Washington head coach Rick Green and his son, the head coach of the Capital Cougars, Matt Green. Carry-on Martin missing three-pointer there. Shot from Mason Pinkett, who's had a big game. He's got 19 heading into this fourth quarter. Eddie's back in. Eddie gets the pass on the baseline there to Ingold, but it wouldn't go through. And here come the Cougars. And a travel going to be called on Martin. Maybe try and just do a little too much there. Great athlete. Rick Green in his 26th season as George Washington's head coach, again assisted by Rodney Pruden, Louis Cassis, Todd Hutchinson, Jason Lunsford, Matt Green with Chase Smith, Kalen Smith, DJ Johnson. Chase Smith was a great player here for Rick Green. And DJ Johnson helped coach here. Of course, Kalen Smith was an outstanding player at the University of Charleston and has remained here in the Kanawha Valley. Gus Eddy with the three-pointer. Boy, that was a beauty. 58-47. 11-point edge. Biggest lead of the game. George Washington had a couple of 10-point leads in that first quarter of play. They've been up by as many as 9. And I think they are going here with a 30, so we will keep it here. And of course, high school basketball around the great state of West Virginia now into our second weekend of January. As you see that shot put up there by Gus Eddy. Of course, his brother Luke, great player here. All-stater. Looking around the MSAC Thursday night, South Charleston, St. Albans had quite a battle. South Charleston won that one 45-44 in overtime. Black Eagles 5-2, St. Albans 5-3. Huntington beat Riverside. Riverside still looking for that first victory of the season under new head coach Taylor Woods. Highlanders moved to 5-3. And Ripley got a big win over Parkersburg, 68-60. Vikings now 5-4 on the season. Ty Johnson, really good player, 22 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. Here it is, GW 58-47. And Carrington Hill, I'll tell you what, he has been terrific today. 15 points, 5 3-pointers, 58-50. Evan Hughes driving. So Hughes is going to be called for the charge. Got the bucket, but it's going to be an offensive foul on Evan Hughes. That's his first, and that is team foul number 10. And it comes to DeMaje Clark. Clark dribbling right there on that signature of George Washington inside the George Washington High gym. And there is Carry-On Martin with some nice moves. And here is the shot. Outside, good. That was Brooks this time knocking down the three. Back-to-back three-pointers to make it a 5-point game at 58-53. Akia Wicker.
Team 7.
committing the foul there, team foul number 7. Wicker's got 4. So that puts Gus Eddy at the line. We drilled that big 3 a moment ago to put GW up 11, but since then, Hill and Brooks have come back and knocked down 2 in a row, and Eddy can't get it to go. Eddy's first free throw attempt of the game came in hitting 16 of 18. And yep, that's going to be a travel on Clark, and it will be GW's basketball. Leading it by 5 with 5:42 to go here in the game. GW in with 5 wins, Capital with 2. Big win for either team that survives this one. Pinkett across the timeline. Pinkett has it taken away from behind. Who's looking for one of his teammates, and Clark a little too strong, and then a travel called by Brooks on the rebound. And Brooks a little gimpy after the rebound. Trying to walk it off there. You got to have him in there if all possible. Brooks with 14 in the game. So George Washington back with the basketball. So Capital had a shot there to get a little closer. Back come the Patriots, leading by 5. Nice drive and another charge. So that is Yoakum's second foul. We've had some charges in this game. And it says that the coaching staff, really being persistent about taking the charge, and all these little things add up to helping you win basketball games. 58-53. Carry on Martin, the Marshall football recruit. Now here's a pass that is taken away by GW. Ahead it goes to Yoakum, and Yoakum splitting 2 defenders, and he just went out of bounds with it. No call, and it's going to be Capital's basketball. As you can tell, the GW crowd does not like that. Yoakum split 2 defenders there. The Capital with the basketball, down 5 here, 4.5 to go. Carry on Martin in the lane, up with a shot, off the glass and in by Martin. He's got 9 in the contest. 58-55. Pinkett rifles it into the corner. Hughes! Hughes' first 3 of the game. What a 3. 61-55, and a shot off the mark there. And back comes George Washington. Pinkett on the move. Pulls up. Shot won't go. Batted around. And back up and in by Hughes, I believe. Not so sure that maybe a Capital guy didn't get credit for that. Here goes carry on Martin, and he can't get it to drop. Pinkett secures that rebound. In trouble, and going to have to hurry, and they get a timeout called. Yep. 63-55. A 30-second timeout here. We will keep it right here. And again, today's game being presented by Christopher Eller and the Gateway Mortgage Group, and certainly a great one between these two Kanawha Valley rivals, members of the Mountain State Athletic Conference. And it's 63-55. We had a big 3 by Eddy, gave GW an 11-point lead at 58-47, but then Carrington Hill hit a 3, and then DeMarquise Brooks hit a 3. It was 58-53, and then Carry on Martin with a tough shot in the lane, and it was a 58-55 game, and then Evan Hughes with a 3-pointer, and then a stick back Here's that Hughes three-pointer. Grandfathered Dave Gillespie in 1959, an all-stater at Washington District, which of course became part of George Washington. He doesn't miss a game. And speaking of Hughes, he will be the trigger here following the timeout with 3:22 to go. Gussetti with the basketball. Hughes has it now. Maneuvers around and looks and gets it to Yoakum. Yoakum was bumped there. That'll be charged to DeMarquise Brooks. And scoreboard has him with 5, but they have now changed it. I did not think he was fouling out. He does have 4. So Yoakum at the line. Yoakum with 7 in the game, and that one won't go. 64-55 is the score. So 9-point edge here for GW. Shot from the corner, Carrington Hill. That one would not go. He has 5 threes in this game, 15 points. Pinkett down the floor. Pinkett up with a shot. A little short, down low, up and would not drop. And coming out of there with it is Capital. And slipping loose is DeMaje Clark. Clark's first points here of this second half. He's got 9. Pinkett. 2 minutes to go in this game, just about, and what a shot by Eddie. Another 3 for Eddie. 67-57, 10-point lead. And Hill, he's had all those threes and finally gets a 2-pointer to make it 67-59. Yoakum going to be fouled, full timeout. We break away here with 1:45 to go. George Washington leads the Cougars.
Seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer, Klein and Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Parmar, Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives. FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Back inside the George Washington High School Gymnasium. 67-59 is the score here. Shot on its way and good. And how about Brooks? Trying to keep Capital in it here. 67-62, his second 3, both coming here in the fourth quarter. Here's Pinkett. Pinkett's pass just about got away from Yoakum, and now Yoakum driving in there and knocked away. Capital, big opportunity here. The shot on its way and would not drop for Carry-On Martin, and then stepping out of bounds will be Capital, so it will be GW's ball. 5-point game at 67-62. About the time they get it into the offensive end, we are going to be under a minute. We are now, and here is Hughes. Couldn't get it to go, but it does fall through. Didn't look like it was going, and then finally it drops through. Spoke a bit too quickly there. What a big shot by Hughes. Makes it 70-62, and then Carrington Hill with a three-pointer. And it's back to a 5-point game. My goodness gracious. Hill with 20 in the game now. Hughes has hit for 8 big points here in this fourth quarter. He has 12. Pinkett has not scored here in the fourth for George Washington. He's played a great game with 19 points. So 70-65, our score with 41.9 to go, and the two teams talk it over. One team coached by Rick Green, the father. The other team coached by Matt Green, the son. Saturday afternoon basketball here in the capital city of Charleston. Great to have you with us here on Video Productions. George Washington basketball presented by your local Parmar stores. Hughes, he's an outstanding free throw shooter. Gets it away to Ingold and lifts it up and in. Oh boy, outstanding ball handling there by Hughes. So Ingold with that big bucket there, and then a big rebound. And here's Pinkett, and he'll be fouled with 19.3 to go.
Brooks returns. Pinkett will shoot 1-1 for the Patriots.
Foul was on Elijah Poor, his second. That'll put Pinkett at the line. Pinkett now has 20. To tie Carrington Hill for game high scoring honors, which now Pinkett has at 21. 74-65, full timeout, 9-point lead for GW. We return in a moment to the Hill.
Started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967, has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Glad to have you with us here on Video Productions as we bring you West Virginia High School basketball featuring the George Washington Patriots, presented by Parmar. Mark Martin with you. 74-65 is the count, and Capital with the basketball. Final few seconds of what's been a very good basketball game here today. George Washington appeared like they would get out to a big lead, and boy, there's a big dunk by Brooks. 74-67, and Capital will call timeout with 7.8 to go. Just about the time you would think George Washington may be getting away from the Cougars would fight back. GW led it by 10 on 3 different occasions in the first quarter, had some 9-point leads in the second quarter, and it was a 55-47 game after 3. GW never led by double figures in that third, and in the third they got an 11-point lead on a three-pointer by Gus Eddy right at the beginning of the quarter. It's been our biggest lead of the game, and they had a 9-point lead. And then Capital got it to 70-65, and right now 74-67, 8.2 to go. Pass in, and they will foul Yoakum. 6.6 to go. And Yoakum will go to the line. Martin with his third foul. Martin's played a good game. 9 points. Hit a big three. So Yoakum connects on the first. Yoakum came in averaging double figures. He has 8 right now. 76-67, and coming down. And Martin scores it, but that will do it. 76-69 is the final here as Rick Green, Matt Green, and the coaching staffs get together there. Outstanding game, 2 great programs. We will return, recap it for you in a moment. Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball featuring the George Washington Patriots, presented by Parmar.
Started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967, has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer, Klein & Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer, Klein & Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
To us, justice is not just a word. It's why we fight. Warner Law Offices. When you need justice.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives. FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
George Washington now 6-3. Capital falls to 2-6. GW wins at 76-69 here on the Hill in the capital city of West Virginia, Charleston, and the campus of George Washington High School. Final 76-69. GW jumped out to a 5-0 lead in this game. They would never trail. They led at 21-19 at the end of the first. It was 40-33 at halftime. It was a 55-47 game at the end of 3. Capital cut it to 5 in the fourth. GW pulls it out by a final of 76-69, leading the way in scoring for Capital. 20 from Carrington Hill. He had 6 3-pointers in that game. Leading the way for George Washington and our Farmer, Klein & Campbell Attorney at Law Player of the Game is 6'1", 160-pound junior Mason Pinkett. Pinkett at 13 points at halftime, and kicks it there to Evan Hughes, who finished the game with 12 points. And big game for Pinkett, and he had a three-pointer in the third quarter, and again finishes with 20 points. Again, Hughes in double figures with 12. Alex Yoakum had 8. Jack Ingold finishes with 7-5 for Gus Eddy, 5 for Zane McCarty, and William Gabbard had 6 and 2 each for Taryn Fitzpatrick and Trey Ritchie. Outstanding basketball game here inside the George Washington High School Gymnasium. So George Washington So Cameron Struble and Joe Mounts, and of course Butch Mounts, leading the charge here today of our production. Again, your final score, George Washington 76 and Capital 69. This is Mark Martin saying so long from the George Washington High School Gymnasium here in Charleston. You've been watching live streaming coverage of West Virginia High School boys basketball featuring the George Washington Patriots, presented by Parmar, a sports presentation of Video Productions.